out. Anytime my denominator is different, I'm looking for that LCM till I get it. Did we get it? We got it. Good. Turn my LCM into my new denominator. Make equivalent fractions to get my numerators, okay? So equivalent fractions mean you're going to have a fraction that is literally worth the same amount. So for instance, in this case, we have 1/4. We want to split that into 12ths. So take a look at what I'm talking about here. 1/4, right, means you have a whole piece split into fourths, right, and only one of those 4 pieces are shaded. That's 1/4, right? Now, if we wanted to change this to 12ths, then we would have to split this up. So instead of it being in fourths, it's going to be in 12ths. Okay, so how do we do that? We want to split each of these sections up. So now instead of having 4 pieces, let's see if we can get 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so now we have this split into 12ths. So we want to make an equivalent fraction. Again, this is still the same amount of pizza, right? It is literally the same amount of pizza. Like if this was a pie of pizza and someone originally gave you 1/4, they split it into fourths and they said, hey, here's 1/4 for the pizza. But then if someone else took the same size pie, split it into 12ths, and then they gave you, what is this? 3/12ths, right? 3/12ths is an equivalent fraction to 1/4. It's literally the same amount of pizza. It's just what? That one has more slices than the other one, right? You might feel like you're getting more pizza, but you're literally getting the same amount if you had 3/12ths or 1/4 of the same pie, right? So in this case, we're making equivalent fractions. Now, we don't always want to sit around and draw pictures, right, in order to figure out the equivalent fraction. But basically, if you know your old denominator and you want to get to your new denominator, you're simply looking for what's called the multiplier. So what do I multiply by? What do I multiply 4 by to get to 12? 4 times what gives me 12? That's the question. 4 times 3 gives me 12. So if you multiply the denominator by 3, you're going to do what? Multiply the numerator by 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. 1 times 3 is 3. So we know the equivalent fraction is going to be 3/12. So we want to go back over here. Boom. We want to say, we know that 4 times 3 is 12, and 1 times 3 is 3. All right, we're going to do the same thing. 4 to 6. We need to change it to its equivalent fraction, right? And so 6 times what is going to give us 12 is the question. 6 times 2 is going to give us 12. So we're going to use the same multiplier up here. So 2 times 2 is going to give us what? 4. Boom, bow, bam. Let's go back to our lyrics. I know you want to hear it. It's a lot of math, but you shouldn't fear it. Here we go. Anytime my denominator is different, I'm looking for that LCM till I get it. Turn my LCM into my new denominator. Make equivalent fractions to get my numerators. See what we just did? I take my numerators, then I add them up. That's the next part of the lyrics. I take my numerators, then I add them up. So watch this. We're looking for our sum, which is the answer to an addition problem. And so in this case, we want to say, all right, we're adding 5 and 3. That's the given. No big deal. 5 plus 3 is what? 8, right? So I take my numerators, then I add them up. Numerators are 3 and 4 gives us what? 7. Keep my denominator as my LCM. Keep my denominator as my LCM. When I get my sum, I'll make it hotter than the summer. Blazing through this work the more I come up. I'm adding fractions. This is something that I breeze through. Check my answer simplified if I need to. I gotta add these fractions. Break it down. Let me show them what's happening. Hold up. Let me make sure they have the same denominators. Then I'm gonna get right back to adding. We're going to take a listen to the lyrics as we look at what we just did, and you'll see how these lyrics can get you through this math every day, all day, right? So let's play track. We want to go back. Ooh, hold up. Let me make sure what they had the same denominators. The key part. You cannot add fractions with different denominators until you get them to have what? The same denominator. Let's rock out. Hey.
I gotta add these fractions. Break it down, let me show 'em what's happening. Hold up, let me make sure they got the same denominators, and I'm gonna get right back to adding. Oh, I gotta add these fractions. Break it down, let me show 'em what's happening. Hold up, let me make sure they got the same denominators, and I'm gonna get right back to adding. Oh, I gotta add these fractions. Break it down, let me show 'em what's happening. Hold up, let me make sure they got the same denominators, and I'm gonna get right back to adding. Anytime my denominator's different, I'm looking for that LCM till I get it. Turn that LCM into my new denominator. Make equivalent fractions and get my numerators. I take my numerators and I add them up. I take my numerators and I add them up. Keep my denominator as my LCM. Keep my denominator as my LCM. When I get my sum, I make it hotter than the summer. Blazing through this work, the more I work, the more I come up. I'm adding fractions, this is something that I breeze through. Check my answer simplified if I need to. I gotta add these fractions. Break it down, let me show 'em what's happening. Hold up, let me make sure they have the same denominators, then I'm gonna get right back to adding. Oh, I gotta add these fractions. Break it down, let me show 'em what's happening. Hold up, let me make sure they have the same denominators, then I'm gonna get right back to adding. Oh, I gotta add these fractions. Break it down, let me show 'em what's happening. Hold up, let me make sure they have the same denominators, then I'm gonna get right back to adding. Anytime my denominator's different, I'm looking for that LCM till I get it. Turn my LCM into my new denominator. Make equivalent fractions to get my numerators. I take my numerators and I add them up. I take my numerators and I add them up. Keep my denominator as my LCM. Keep my denominator as my LCM. When I get my sum, I make it higher than the summer.
We're going to do a new track.
This work, the more I work, the more I come.
A new problem. We're going to do a new problem.